I just suck at division.
I'm done arguing. What is 7 times 8?
That's the thing. I can't figure it out.
Then start at 6 times 8 and add 8.
It doesn't make sense in my brain. It's so simple to you, but it's not simple to me. When I bring it closer to my face, you take it away.
No, that's not it. Here's the 8 times table.
No.
Then go ahead and do them right quick in there.
Why? I hate math. I've always hated math. But you make me do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I had to suffer through it.
You didn't have to suffer because you're natural at everything.
That's really nice to hear. 4 times 8.
I don't know.
It's right here.
I don't care.
Do it
It's still there, but it doesn't make sense.
And every one is just like adding 8.
Nope. It's not as simple as that. You think everything's so simple for everybody else.
Look. 8 plus
You
8.
are awesome at everything.
8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. 24 plus another 8 is 32. That makes 4 of them. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus another 8 is 40. 5 times 8 is 40. Plus another 8 is 48. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus another 8 is 48 plus 8.
48 plus 8 by this knowledge, which is stupid because numbers are just made up.
No.
Yes, they're
No,
made up,
they're
and
not.
people decided that, I don't know, people decided that we have to make division in
I know, but
multiplication.
if you
because
have
it's stupid.
8 rocks in a pile and you have 8 more rocks in a pile, that's not made up. That's very concrete and provable. You now have 16 rocks. And if you have 6 piles, you have 48 rocks because there's 8 rocks in each pile. And if you have 8 more, it's 48 plus 8.
But it doesn't make sense.
What?
It might make sense to you, crystal clear, but it doesn't make sense to me. You just think everybody is just as smart as you.
I don't, but I think that you are able to learn. You were able to learn ice skating, and now you love it.
That's because I did something almost exactly like it for my whole life.
Would you look at you watering your page with tears?
Ice skating's different.
You remember that time when you didn't know how to do a flip turn, and now you're like a boss at it?
I'm not a boss at it. Every single time I do it, Madison stops me and say, "Oh, you did this wrong. You did this wrong. You did this wrong."
Well, you can do a flip turn now, and it didn't make sense to you when you were younger, but then you learned how to do it.
Because that is something you physically do.
There's physical brain cells that are being activated when you're doing math.
No.
Yes. You didn't know the notes on the keyboard, and you couldn't play anything when you started playing piano.
Well, I'm being forced to do that.
And you're being forced to do this.
That took me forever.
And
That took me 4 months.
Taking piano since the summer. It's like 6 months. You're doing well.
No, I'm not.
Oh, well, that's not what Mr. Bartello says.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is that all you have to do, if you had $48 in your wallet and somebody gave you $8 for helping rake their leaves or shovel their snow, how much money would you have?
I have to count on my fingers.
Okay.
I suck at math.
I want you to stop saying that. It doesn't make it true. It just makes you feel better about not wanting to do it.
56. That doesn't make sense, though. Because
I don't know what...
Why do you give me...
You grabbed it! 56. You see what's happening? That's supposed to be a 6. Okay, now you see what's happening here?
It's a pattern, but
Yeah,
it takes
look.
forever for me to just do that.
Look. 0, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. 8, 6. The next one's going to end in... So 8 times 8 is 64.
8 times 9 is 72.
Yeah, how about that?
Doesn't make sense to me.
72, and 10 times 8 is...
80.
This looks like an 86, honey. Hi, what
Yeah,
All
just
right,
turn it off.
turn
I don't
it
have
off.
practice tonight. You have to slide it.
Oh my gosh. Can you make that look like an 80 instead of an 86, please?
It is an 80.
Okay, now what's 11 times 8?
88. Man, so cool.
And 12 times 8? Okay, now, when you're doing your 8 times tables,
Boom.
you
That's
can
the
always
point.
you can always think of it like this.
And now I have a whole nother problem to do, and I have to finish the whole division problem.
8 times 8 is 2 less than 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every time you're doing your 8 times tables, if you can't remember something, like if you can't remember what is 8 times 4, 8 times 3 is 24.
Yeah.
You can add 10 to make it 34.
And then minus 2.
And then take back 2 and make it 32. Then add 10 and make it 42 and take back 2, and the next one is 40. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48 because it's easy. But 8 times 7,
you could have told me this before, but now you hold back until I finish.
You're at 48. If you want to know what 8 times 7 is, then add 10, make it 58, and then take back 2, and it's 56. So now you have your 8 times tables. When you're doing long division, you only need up to 9. You can never have a number bigger than 9, right? Mm-hmm. So you can...
But now I have to do this whole problem. You just wasted half an hour with me because I suck.
What? What did you say? Did I waste a half an hour with you, or what are you saying?
That I'm not good at math, so I just wasted so much time.
Well, learning isn't a waste. And if you need to be refreshed on your 8 times tables, I'd rather do it.
That doesn't even answer the problem because I have to do this.
And that is why it's so important. You're not listening.
I'm listening. It's so important to be quicker because you
No,
just have to be quicker.
No.
Yes,
Well,
that's exactly what you're going to say. Because you say it every single time.
No, what I was going to say is that's why it's so important to have your multiplication tables memorized. You need to have your multiplication memorized as a part of you so you don't have to go through this every time, because it makes it so much harder and so much longer if you don't have them memorized. That's why we're doing the worksheets. That's why I keep giving them to you, to make you drill them over and over, because I want it to come right off the tip of your tongue as soon as I say 8 times 9. And you can, and you will. It's just a question of how hard are you willing to work.
4 years I've been doing this. I can't even say my 8 times tables.
Dude, you have not been doing your times tables since 1st grade. We started times tables maybe 3rd grade, end of 3rd grade.
Sure, 2 years.
A year and a half, and we didn't do them during the summer, so it's like 9 months altogether.
But I can't remember them still. 9 months of work, and I can't remember them.
You only got up to 6. We haven't gotten up to 8 yet.
We have. Every single one. I do. But I still suck at them.
Regina, you need to stop saying that. I suck at it means why bother trying?
Yes, exactly.
I'll
Why bother trying?
No. You have to bother trying because you have to get through 7 more years with me, and then if you're going to go to any other school after me, you're going to have to deal with somebody else. So, why do we do all this?
Because so you can do this, and then you still have to.
So now,
it's not as easy as you think. Maybe it's easy for you, but it's not easy for me.
Do you remember the tantrum that you had when we started cursive?
Cursive?
Oh.
It's just carving letters. I still think it's just as stupid, but I can do it now.
And you also had a tantrum when we started multiplication, and you also had a tantrum when we started long division, and then not too long after that, you were like, I actually like this.
I don't like it.
But you are out of practice.
No, I just don't like it.
Okay.
All of it is the worst.
Put your feet.
All of it not gonna make sense.
Put your feet down.
Just because I learned how to do 2 subjects, that doesn't mean I'm good at a completely different subject.
Okay.
You think
78 is the
because I
divisor.
can learn one thing, I can learn everything. How come?
Okay. 78 is the divisor. What are we going to divide it into?
And then you have to divide it into, you're going to use 80, but then you have to minus, and that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't think it makes sense whatsoever. You think it makes perfect sense because you're smart. I'm not. It's just difficult for me, but it's not difficult for you. And you think it's because it's not difficult for you, that it's not going to be difficult for me.
I don't think that it's not difficult for you. I mean, I don't think that it couldn't be difficult for you. What I do think is that
I'm just out of practice.
You are out of practice, and I don't know what your problem is. I don't know if you're hungry or tired or what.
I just don't want to do this because I'm not just out of practice. It's just difficult and hard, and I can't do it.
But everything difficult and hard gets easier with practice.
No.
Yes, it does.
No matter what. Backstroke's still hard for me. Breaststroke's still hard for me. Yeah, sure, freestyle's not difficult for me.
So why do you do it?
Because I have to.
You don't have to swim.
I swim because that's the reason I got fat over 2020 and 2021. Because we didn't have swimming. That's the reason why I gained like 20 pounds. Because I didn't swim almost every night. That's the reason.
And that's why you want to swim?
Yes, that's why I want to swim.
You can do
the
it.
only thing keeping me in shape.
But you don't love swimming?
I do like swimming, but I'm forced to learn other strokes. I don't want to do 50s. I have to do 50s.
I think that, though, with you, any time you have anything remotely new, you dig in your heels and kick up a fuss.
This isn't remotely new, though. I've been doing this for months. I just suck at it. I'm not good at it.
I just don't think we're doing enough every day so that it is becoming easier. If we're taking days off or because we're sick or because we're busy, then you don't get the regular...
Then explain how to actually do it and not just tell me the basis of how to do it.
I don't even know what that means.
You tell me, okay, do it. Figure it out yourself. You don't even tell me the basis of what to do.
I never
you don't help
say that. By help, do you mean do it for you?
No, I mean actually
I'm trying
tell me.
to, but you're too busy complaining about everything.
I'll listen, fine.
Okay, so I already told you, and you already said that we need to use 80 to kind of figure out what number to put on top.
The basis, yes, and that would be times 8.
Okay, so where would we put that 8?
Times 8. No, yeah.
Where would we put the 8?
You put the 8 here, but it's not going to be right because it's 2 minus. It's not going to be right because I'm never right.
78 can't go into 6.
So it can't go in this, so you have to go all the way back here. So you're...
What was that for? If you do this problem, I'll let you dip your fingers in the wax.
Okay. It doesn't
You can't erase tears. Okay. All right. Well, you're just gonna have to. You went so hard. You're not gonna get it out. Okay. Now you've got to do.
And then how many times is this? 64, but it's not that. You have to minus 8.
Not that. So
8. You have to minus 2 8 times.
You can either. I think that's too complicated. So you can either come over here and do this quickly, or you can do it here. Like you would do 8 times 8 is
64.
64. Write the 4. Carry the 6. 8 times 7. I don't care if you look.
56 plus 6. 62.
No, you would do the 62. No, 62. Yes, 6, 2, 4. Or if you want to do it this way, you can go 8 times 8 is 64, but you would write the 4 here and carry the 6 over here. And then 8 times 7 is 56 plus 6 is 62. What's the next step in division?
Divide.
Okay, you divided already. You said you divided.
Multiply.
Okay, you multiplied.
Subtract. Check. Bring down.
So now you have to. And that would be a 2. We've already established that you can't just make the marks darker. Okay, now you check. Can 78 go into 23? No. So you bring down the next number. So
this is too big. It's 2.
2. Now 2 times 8 is
16.
60. You write the 6. You put the 1 over here. And then you do 2 times 7.
14 plus 1, 15.
Okay, next step.
Subtract. Can't do that, so you do this. And then make this 2. 14 minus 6 is 8.
And this is.
You're using up all your storage.
Stop it. 22 minus 15. Can you do that?
17, right?
No, it's 17.
No, 7.
7. I hate to say this. Now you check. Okay, so basically, if there's 78 left over, it means that you are exactly 1 too short, and then that means that you know that if you make this 1 bigger, right?
3.
It's going to be exactly 234 with nothing left over.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even have to do any of that. You can just go like this.
84.
83. And you could just write 200. Is it 34?
Yeah.
Excuse me. 34 with 0 left over. I think you're going too far. There.
83.